I believe the same thing, that we don't solve problems because problem solution is never learned process. So maybe we solve one problem and create another problem. He used to say the greatest and most important problems of life are fundamentally insolvable. थोड़ा सा झटका लगेगा कि problems solve नहीं हो सकती हैं. Therefore, in EPAD, we have removed the word called problem. We don't use that word. We say, if you are not able to achieve what you can achieve, and you are competent and you have willingness to do, you are not stopped by problem, you are stopped by the challenge. Most of the times, our challenges appear on the outside of us. We think rain is stopping us. No, rain never can stop. It is our inability to have an umbrella is stopping us. Similarly, in business, no finance is stopping you, no people are stopping you, no market is stopping you, nothing is stopping you. If you are not growing your business, please look inwards and find out what is in you that is stopping your business to grow. So Carl Jung started that kind of a thought process, and this was taken over by the challenge I am taking right now is understanding our natural preferences. I think our today's topic is talking more about natural preferences. It was done by a daughter and mother combination, Catherine Briggs and Isabel Myers. Both are no more there, but they expanded the theory of Carl Jung and created a small test called MBTI. It is, I think, more details which Sama ma'am will give you, because I may use wrong words because there are specific words to be used. MBTI only tells you how you perceive the world and how you make decisions, principally, because we have natural preferences for everything. Now, if you want to experience that, fold your hands like this. Do that and do it again. And do it again. You will find that you're doing it only one way. For example, my left hand is coming on top. Please note which hand is coming on the top. Now, if you do 100 times, you are going to do the same thing. Now I ask you whether you can do the other way when your right hand comes up, or whichever hand was not being used. And you will find it is possible, but it is not a natural preference. You will find it difficult. And therefore, in the moments, speed moments, we take our natural preferences, and that is how we create our lives. And we are going to talk about this today. Sama ma'am is an expert in that. She's certified Myers-Briggs test. And I think we will request her to conduct one. You fill in the form or fill in the booklet and analyze what kind of personality type you are. Maybe we will have a special session for that, where you can understand what personality you are, and therefore how you will come across to others and how other personalities you will see. And it can make your life very smooth, and it can really create progress. So I hand over to Sama ma'am for recapping the last session and also taking us forward. It's very interesting subject, Myers and Briggs types indicated, briefly called MBTI. It is world's largest testing tool, and it is, I think it's more than 80% success rate. Over to you, ma'am. आपका म्यूट है.
Okay, so I'm like screaming at the top of my voice, and I'm checking if I'm audible or not. Okay, so you can see my screen?
Yes.
And you're audible, and I'm audible, sorry. So
Yes.
great. So I'm just going to do a quick recap. We have gone through this hacking your mind now for 2 weeks. We did a recap last time as well because we couldn't complete the session in one go. So I'm going to do a bit of a recap, but I'm going to do it differently. So I'm just going to summarize it differently. Sometimes I think different things stick in our mind. अलग अलग messages, कौन सा मैसेज चिपक जाएगा, कौन सा मैसेज अंदर चला जाएगा. So I'm just going to use another set of slides to recap last week, but I'll start with the basic premise that success takes a long time. Success is something that has to be earned. You cannot inherit it. You cannot marry into it. You have to earn it. And whatever the success that you want, you can define what success means for you. At Unnati, we firmly believe that success is all about growth. It's not about money, it's not fame, it's not position. Yes, it looks like that. It shows up sometimes like that. It shows up as money, it could show up as fame, it could show up as position. But there are so many people who are not known, who might not have the money, who are not in any influential position, but are yet successful. And I think that's a beautiful place to be, because इसका मतलब है कि हम अपनी सफलता का मापदंड खुद निर्धारित कर सकते हैं. And I think वो जो empowerment की जगह है, I think that makes life beautiful. And I think we must all we owe it to ourselves to take that position of creating success for our own selves in the way we define it. And therefore, what is success? Success for us is growth. And I think the beautiful part, like I'm saying, is everybody has their own curves of success. हर आदमी की सक्सेस म्यूट कर देंगे प्लीज सबको. Yes, thank you.
You can.
Yeah, I will have to unmute. Yes, okay. So I think everybody's success looks different, and I think that's the beautiful part. हम सब different हैं, हम सब unique हैं, and I'm going to dive into that today when I talk about personality types. But we're all unique, and therefore, why not? Therefore, why not will our journeys be unique, and they will be different. And I think that's what makes the world a beautiful place, right? The variety. And therefore, variety is a spice of life. It makes life interesting. If all of us were the same, आप सोच सकते हैं कितनी बोरिंग हो जाती दुनिया अगर हम सब एक जैसे होते, हम सब एक जैसी चीज़ों को सफलता मानते, तो बहुत डिफरेंट होते. डांसर्स नहीं होते, पॉटर्स नहीं होते, स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन नहीं होते, बिजनेस पर्सन नहीं होते, सब एक जैसे होते. सो हैव द करेज to work on your success, and I think that's the beautiful part. You need to work on it. What is the equation of success? It's pretty simple. Success is a result of your results. What you do makes success happen. What actions you do will result in results, and what thinking is below those actions. So आपकी सोच क्या है, आप की एटीट्यूड्स क्या हैं, आपका बिलीफ सिस्टम क्या है, आपकी मान्यताएं क्या हैं, उस पर निर्भर करता है कि आपकी क्रियाएं क्या होंगी. क्रियाओं पे निर्भर करेंगे कि आपके नतीजे क्या होंगे, और नतीजे पे डिपेंड करेगा कि आपकी सफलता होगी कि नहीं होगी. सो इफ यू लुक एट इट डीप डाउन, it's all based on thinking. And that's why at Unnati, though we are a business coaching organization, we give a lot of emphasis on the fact that neither your business nor your life can ever be better than you. And therefore, अगर या तो हमें अब बिजनेस की सफलता बढ़ानी है या फुलफिलमेंट बढ़ानी है लाइफ की, हमें काम हमेशा अपने ऊपर करना पड़ेगा. There is nowhere else to go. Thankfully, there is nowhere else to go. You are the person that needs to transform, needs to change, needs to work on themselves to get whatever you desire and deserve in life. And that's the equation of success. Therefore, thinking is at the root of it. It's like an iceberg. हिमशील की तरह है, ऊपर का हिस्सा दिखता है, सबको दिखता है और आपको भी दिखता है. जो नतीजे, जो क्रियाएं हम करते हैं, वो सबको दिखते हैं. And that's why you see that success shows up one single day, or people start becoming successful after a lot of effort. The effort happens below the surface. सारा जो काम होता है अपने ऊपर, वो हिमशील पानी के अंदर जो डूबा हुआ हिस्सा है उस पे होता है. And that is the most powerful propeller of success, is what is inside you. And I think what is inside you can be developed, it can be worked upon. It's the software that needs to be continuously upgraded. And that's our biggest responsibility to our own selves, is to develop our inside so that we show up as we want to show up on the outside. Whatever success means to us has to start from within. I spoke about many things last time. We spoke about hacks, but I'm just going to sort of summarize it in four. I think there are four statements that I put together. First, I think growth is intentional. So when I say success, we mean success is growth. Growth is getting better every day at whatever you choose to do, right? Whatever you choose to do, you need to create a system of self mastery in that, and that is something that happens intentionally. Growth chance से कभी नहीं होता है, success chance से कभी नहीं मिलती है. Yes, you get sometimes lottery chance से मिलती है for sure, but if that's what you want to wait around for, maybe all your life you're never going to win a lottery. But if you want to grow, growth is something that you have to plan to do. So the first step the first myth we need to break is that अपने आप होगा ये, या मेरी किस्मत में होगा तो होगा नहीं. हमारी किस्मत हम खुद बनाएंगे. I think the superconscious, the energy, whatever you might want to believe in, has given all you need. You have all you need. I think what we make of whatever we have is something that is our onus, and therefore plan to grow. Do not wait for growth to happen. Second, inside out is the only way to grow. Therefore, you can't work on the outside and hope that the outside will keep on improving. Again, like I said, you might be lucky sometimes, you might get some results sometimes, but it's never going to be consistent, and you're never. The only way to make sure that the future is better than today is to work today. And I think and the only place to work is inside your own self, and therefore uh, work from the inside out. That's the only way. You will only get better and bigger on the outside if you get better and bigger on the inside. So focus on yourself, focus on the inside. So 2 points of focus on yourself rather than others, and focus on the inside rather than the outside. So those are the 2 points of focus. Everything worthwhile is uphill, including growth. Everything worthwhile, everything that you desire, you deserve, you want, you need, is attained by walking uphill, which means there is an exertion of effort. There is an uncomfortable zone that you're constantly in, because you're pushing yourself to be better than what you were yesterday. So you're almost एक पहाड़ की चढ़ाई चढ़ने जैसी है जीवन. अगर ग्रोथ का जीवन जीना है तो ऊपर की चढ़ाई चढ़ने की तैयारी होनी चाहिए. और ये चढ़ाई ऐसा नहीं है कि 1 साल करेंगे, 2 साल करेंगे और हो जाएगी. ये चढ़ाई रोज की चढ़ाई है. सो आई थिंक my recommendation is start enjoying the discomfort, start enjoying the panting and the puffing. It's not easy to get success. Nobody got it easily. Any success story you pick up, I can guarantee you there was years of toil, hard work, discomfort, pain, whatever you might call it, involved in getting to where they got. And even getting to where they got is not doesn't do it, because you have to still work. Even if you reached.
Sorry, Sama, go ahead.
Ma'am, you are muted.
I think the part. What's the issue? I mean, why it's not everybody on mute?
So Sama, there seems to be some technological glitch. We are not able to put on mute till they start speaking. So we're trying to work on that.
I can't. Okay, so and I was reading somewhere that Mount Everest is also growing, right? So it's. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I can. I saw that I was muted, and I was wondering whether you can hear me or not. And therefore, I was reading this about Mount Everest, that Mount Everest is also growing, and I found that fascinating. That the tallest mountain in the world continues to grow, and therefore, even if you reach the top of the mountain and tomorrow you want to climb it again, you'd have to put an extra effort. So therefore, always remember, everything worthwhile is uphill, and become okay with it being uphill. सुख में कुछ नहीं मिलेगा, सुख में आनंद तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं मिलेगा. Lastly, I think self-discipline is the key for an uphill climb. The only way you can get to what you want to get is to be self-disciplined about what you want to do. Design your life, figure out what are the areas that give you energy, what is something that you would like to do. And I am scared of using the word passion because काफी abuse होता है ये word. मुझे ऐसा लगता है passion find नहीं करना होता है, passion create करना होता है. Whatever little indications you get from inside your heart and inside your mind कि शायद मुझे इसमें मजा आएगा या शायद मुझे इसमें रुचि आएगी, उसको प्लीज एक्सप्लोर करिए, उसके अंदर डुबकी लगाइए, उसके इर्द गिर्द अपनी जिंदगी को डिजाइन करिए. उन एरियाज में आप सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन को ला भी पाएंगे अपने जीवन में, क्योंकि जब हम सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन को वहां बुलाते हैं जहां हमारा खुद का इंटरेस्ट कम होता है, सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन फेल होता है. And therefore, we make this conclusion that I am not disciplined, I can't do it, I'm not committed. But if you really pick up something that you're interested in and you consistently work on it, I think my own experience has been that self-discipline will follow because you will enjoy it and you will discover and you will create your passion. So you will not find it. There is no looking for passion. There is आंखें ज़्यादा खोलने से passion मिल जाएगा नहीं, आपको उसके ऊपर काम करना पड़ेगा. So be ready to work on the 3-4 areas that you probably think are areas which you like, which you would probably have joy doing in, and invest in those areas, learn about them, read about them, do them, practice them, and then see where self-discipline will take you. Because anything that you want to get better at will need consistency. And I think I said this last time as well, that consistency is an extremely unsexy word. It's not something we associate with success. We associate brilliance, we associate charisma, we associate intelligence, we associate breakthrough talent. These are the kind of words we associate with success. But I think underlying all those things is consistency. एक भी successful person ऐसा नहीं होगा जिसने रोज एक नया काम किया हो या जिसने कुछ 3-4 चीजों में टिक कर consistency नहीं build करी हो. So therefore, work on building consistency. Rely on self-discipline, but self-discipline will work for you in the areas of your interest. If you use it in the areas which bore you to death, trust me, self-discipline is not going to come and help you. So, and therefore, I think finding out what we like, what we desire, what we might have fun doing is something that we owe to ourselves. And finally, there is no destination. So like I said, growth is not about when will I reach. Growth is about how far can I go. Shyam sir repeatedly uses the word expert, but I truly believe there is no such thing as an expert, because आप कोई भी topic में अगर डुबकी लगाएंगे तो the more you know that you don't know. And I think it's true about everything. And I have been practicing MBTI, which I'm going to talk to you about today, for the last 21 years. And yet yesterday and day before yesterday, when I was preparing for the session, I had so much new information coming to me on MBTI, which I had not read, not thought about in the last 21 years. So thank God there is no such place as an expert. You will continuously get better, and that's the beauty. Enjoy the journey. There is no destination. Always ask the question, how far can I go? It's not about when will you arrive, because you will never arrive. You will die, but you will never arrive. And that's beautiful. So there is no destination. Enjoy the journey, guys. We had spoken about, that's the quick recap. We had spoken about an awesome inside budget. And I would like to hear from some of you if you have some questions, or if somebody did a budget. And people who didn't make a budget, I was thinking about it yesterday, and I was doing my own calculation कि हमारा inside का जो budget है वो at least 25% हमारा outside का budget होना चाहिए. और outside का budget क्या होता है? Outside में क्या क्या आती हैं? Outside में कपड़ा आता है, घड़ियाँ आती हैं, accessories आती हैं, cars आती हैं, जूते आते हैं, jewelry आती है, anything that you adorn your body with or your life with is what you spend on the outside. So I think, and it's not only the women, mind you, who spend on the outside. Yes, I know we spend a lot of time in parlors, but men are equally good at spending on the outside. watches, pens, clothes, shoes, gadgets. These are all expenditure which is on the outside. So make a quick calculation of how much money have you spent last year on the outside. And last year was a COVID year, so you might have spent a little lesser, but maybe you want to go back to 1920 or maybe 1819 and see what you spent on the outside. And as a benchmark, decide every year to spend 25% of that amount on the inside. And I can't tell you the magic you will discover in your own life, the fulfillment you will get in your own life by just doing that. I would like to open it to questions. Niru, I'm just figuring out how do I.
Yeah. Please raise your hands if you
Yes.
have any questions or thoughts that you want to.
Anybody who decided the budget, I would love to hear the budget. Yes, Tushar bhai, I will. You're on mute.
Very good morning. I will.
I will.
So, ma'am, I did not look at the amount.
Hmm.
I looked at what is the amount of time that I can invest week on week.
Yes, okay.
And I looked at about 10 hours a week that I could invest inside.
Very cool. Very cool. And how would you go about doing that? So this is, I'm assuming you're going to use free resources like Google and stuff like that?
No. So, what I'm saying is I invest time. I look at, you said budget, right? I said it can be time, it can be money, it can be resources. I said time is the only resource that can be created. So, out of 24 hours in a day, or like
What are you
that.
going to do in that time, Tushar bhai? I think the question is, what are you going to do in that time, right?
Yeah, so inside that time, I've created 5 things very categorically what I want to do in that.
Yeah.
So there is a professional reading that I do.
Yeah.
I have I invest in stocks, so I learn those things. So
Okay.
there are 2 hours dedicated for that. I have a weekly action plan that I manage.
Basically सब free का investment है, तुषार भाई, ये समझ में आ रहा है मुझे.
Sorry?
Basically सब free का investment है, ऐसा समझ में आ रहा है मुझे.
नहीं फ्री का इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं है. So right now I'm learning.
You're learning, yes, but there are many ways to learn.
Yeah,
there are
so
many ways to learn.
I guess I go and learn things. I invest my money and time in that.
Yes, so I think I'm stressing on money, Tushar bhai, because I think money, and Shyam sir says this a lot, and don't get me wrong, I think time is money. We use that very often, but I don't think we believe it. I think we waste time more easily than we waste money. And therefore, the value of money in our heads is far more important. And when you invest money, Tushar bhai, you put skin in your game. And I think...
I agree to that completely. Stakes are high. अगर पैसा लगा है,
Stakes are also high, and I think सामने वाले की stakes are also high, right? So if I want to...
absolutely.
Yeah, so I think therefore I think I had thought through this and put this money. I could have said spend 5 hours on working on inside, but I think I'm talking about please put your skin in the game. And I think money is a great way to know what skin is in the game, right? Yeah. So I still urge you to look at
So I'll tell you
where you can invest.
I have an answer.
Yes,
The last year was an exception. The previous year we invested close to 9 lakh of rupees into our development. That's pretty
super cool. Super cool. High. Very cool.
And as a policy in our organizations is if anyone wants to do anything, there is no question about money.
सर मैं ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस की बात नहीं करूंगी. क्रांति हमेशा इंडिविजुअल लेवल पे होती है. I don't care about organization.
मेरे केस में clear है, I do it.
Okay, next. Nikhil has a question.
I think there was Kevin. I saw somebody which was a new name.
I will.
Ma'am,
I don't have a question, but one thing to share about the inside budget. So, yes. Like the last year has been very disturbing. Yes. So we kept ourselves very close to self-learning and self-development. One of the biggest contributions were obviously from EPAD and obviously from EPOS along with Unnati. Other reading also I did, and since the past 6 months, I spent quite a bit of time reading Srimad Bhagavad Gita, owing to the fact that my wife was pregnant, and I finished it last week. So actually, मैं ये सोच रहा था कि गर्भ में अपने बच्चे को अच्छे संस्कार दूं, but inside of reading, I gained a lot of insight and a lot of looking inside happened. एंड मैं अपने स्वभाव को काफी गहराई से देखता जा रहा था, अध्याय बाय अध्याय जैसे पढ़ता जा रहा था, एंड
I
it
think
has made a lot of
that's
difference. I find myself
yeah,
calmer working on the inside.
yeah.
And to share the good news, on 29th of April, I became back.
Super good. So I think more than reading, I think doing, more than knowing, doing, and I think Nikhil, because I've worked with you as well, focus on the doing as well, because you have to change the inside. Knowing doesn't help alone. So, but great, thank you very much, Kevin sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, hi. The question was investment inside. So I guess I do that every morning when I get up. I do spend time on myself, like meditating and reading about at least I try to read 4 or 5 pages at least of a book of self-development. And I listen to books and I listen to audiobooks
Yeah.
on the go.
Yeah.
So that's what I feel investment on inside. Well, apart from that, investment on inside is nowadays people have stopped thinking and just following the herd, just like this person has done something, this person has done something. So I take out time for myself and I self-analyze and I sit for at least half an hour in a day and I think without mobile, without TV, without distracting myself. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Be with
I think,
yourself kind of thing.
Yes, Shyam sir.
Can I answer?
Yes, please.
Kevin, we in EPAD program, which we run for leadership development, we classify competency in 3 components. One is knowledge, second is skill, and third is talent. And we have spoken last time, talents are your circuits in the brain. You can do hardly anything with them. What you can do is develop knowledge and skill. So spending time in reading or watching YouTube is only addition of knowledge. You cannot swim by looking at a YouTube how to swim. So please understand that if there are skills involved in your business and your life, you will have to practice in the presence of somebody who knows better than you and who knows how you will perform better. So reading is very good, but reading only adds to knowledge, and therefore we keep saying that knowledge is burden. जब तक नहीं आता था तब तक पता नहीं था तो आनंद तो था, जब आने लगा तो पेन होने लगा कि साला इतना आता नहीं है हमको. लेकिन इस बर्डन को अगर आपको लाइटन करना है तो you will have to practice whatever you have learned. So I will just want to add to you that skill development takes some kind of a coaching, guidance, and practice on your part. You can of course do yourself, but skill is little different, and skill is a very important component because leadership itself is a skill. I thought I should clarify some of it.
Yeah, thank you, Shyam sir. I think also Kevin, I think we do a lot of things generally because everybody seems to be doing it, right? And I think meditation is one that you should meditate and everybody's meditating it. But I think when I'm talking about working on the inside, I think I'm specifically talking about what will you do on the inside to get where you want to get. So please connect it to your growth plan. And therefore it has to become extremely specific because ये कर रहा हूँ, वो कर रहा हूँ, मैं कोई भी किताब पढ़ लेता हूँ. कौन सी किताब पढ़ रही हूँ? What is it that is what are you trying to learn? What is the knowledge that you're trying to gain? And how does that further your growth plan? How does it fit into those 4 design areas of your life that you want to work on? So for example, if you want to improve your relationships, you might have to work specifically on relationships. And that's something that you might want to read on, you might want to go to psychotherapy and the works. So Kevin, please connect it to the larger picture. Please do that because I think a lot of us are putting a lot of time, but it's not getting us anywhere, right? And I think that's something that we need to shift. Identify, I'm repeating again and again, identify 3 areas on your life that you want to focus on, which you want to grow in, want to become better in, and start working on those 3 areas. Forget everything else. I think that's what I mean. Thank you very much for sharing, Kevin though. Neeru, should we move ahead?
Yes, I just wanted to add a bit, and that's not just for Kevin, but for all of us. I think, and if you all, any of us have had a trainer, right? And let's talk about a trainer in the gym context, क्योंकि वो शायद आसानी से समझ में आता है. तो ट्रेनर मेरे को तो बहुत बार बहुत इरिटेटिंग लगता था कि क्या करता है तो वहाँ पे खड़े होकर सिर्फ देखता ही है ना. बट when the person comes and changes just one small way you are holding the weight और one small posture कि नहीं आपकी बैक ना ऐसी नहीं ऐसी होनी चाहिए, तुरंत उसके बाद आपकी बॉडी में वो एक्सरसाइज की फील मसल में चेंज हो जाती है. व्हाट मसल विल चेंज. सो यू नीड टू अप योर गेम. कोई भी जगह पे जहाँ गेम अप करना है, आई थिंक यू नीड somebody outside of you, and that is because you are so busy watching yourself कि तुमको नहीं दिखता है वो. and I think it's very powerful, but somehow हमारे को ऐसा लगता है कि that makes us less. So please up your game, and it could be just you could decide somebody who's better than you. मतलब you could look at a buddy who's doing exercise more than you, and then and if you decide body is your area, please get the person to come and see your postures. But I'm just saying that to up your game, you need to look from outside in. I just wanted to add that, Sama, and we can go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much. So everybody who's not got down to preparing a budget, please do that. And I'm just going to start the next week's slide. So my slides are stuck.
I can put them on for you.
Yes, Neeru, I think you'll have to switch it on because. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to try it once more, Neeru, and if it works, it should work. Can you see my slides?
Yeah,
Yes.
but
Yes.
you'll have to put it on mode.
Yes, I'm doing it. Okay. So today's topic is interesting because working on the inside, I think one of the first things that you must do when you start working on the inside is to know yourself. And it can be an exhilarating journey. And most of us, like I've said, you know, education में ये सब चीजें हमें नहीं कराते हैं, बहुत सारी चीजें पढ़ाते हैं, पर अपने बारे में कैसे जानिए वो नहीं बताते हैं. And I'm going to talk to you about that today. So know yourself through a lens of personality types. There are many ways to know yourself, and we will figure that out. And all of that works in tandem. That means that you have to use all techniques available. Not one thing will do it, and that's the fun of it as well. So I wanted to start with this thought, and I really like this quote, and I've mentioned this before as well in some of the sessions, is that until you make the unconscious conscious, life will happen to you and you will call it fate. And therefore, one of the things that we owe to ourselves is to make our own personalities conscious to ourselves. I think we ourselves don't know us. And I think that's the biggest tragedy. I mean, we know all the rich people, we know all the stars. And when I say stars, I mean the Bollywood stars plus the stars in the sky. हमें नक्षत्र पता है, हम तारों के नाम पता है, इतनी दूर की चीजें हमें पता है, बट जो हमारे अंदर है उसका हमें ज्ञान नहीं होता और न हमें सिखाया जाता है ये. And therefore, I think one of the most meaningful investments you can make is to start to know yourself, to make what is inside you conscious. And when you make that conscious, you can express it in the world. And when you express it in the world, you bring your gifts to the world. Because all of us are unique and we all have our own gifts. And I don't like to call it strengths, and because strengths bring weakness to mind, but we all have gifts. Some of us have different gifts from the others. Some of us are similar in some ways, but we're all unique nevertheless. And I think bringing these gifts to life is, I think, one of the biggest responsibilities we have for our own selves. And therefore, let's get the unconscious into the zone of conscious by knowing our own selves. What does it mean, your own self, right? So it means, I think, these 5 things. Who were you born as? Who was I born as? What was I born with, right? What do I have inside me? I was born with something. What am I unique at? and what are my gifts which are differing, which are different, which are unique. And therefore, what can I bring to my life and to life people around me? It could be your family, it could be your immediate ecosystem, it could be your extended family, it could be your organizations, it could be society, it could be country, it could be anything. And therefore, how do you bring what you have inside you to expression and therefore contribute to the world? And therefore, the journey has to begun from has to start from saying that who am I, right? What was I born with? What do I have? And that's a discovery that we need to make. We have to be cognizant, of course, that with human beings, unlike machines, nothing is simple, right? And it's not that knowing your own personality is the end of it, because we are layered. Human beings are layered. It's complex, and I think that's also the beautiful part. It's amazing because it's not simple, and therefore you have to you discover new things every day. So at the core of it, it's you. And when we say you, it means your inborn traits. So all personality theories are based on this one fact, that you are born with certain traits. You are born as a certain person, as a certain individual, as somebody who has certain preferences, and I will talk about it. And these could be genetic, some of them are not explainable. So we don't know where they come from. Some people believe it comes from previous birth. Some people believe it comes from solely genetics. Some people it comes from a mixture of both. But to me, honestly, it doesn't matter. What matters is that we are all unique and we are born with certain things. So it makes a lot of sense to therefore discover that and accept that. The second layer is then what happens to you in your family, right? You're born as a certain person and then you're brought up in a certain family. So you have a certain way of doing things, a certain way of cooking food, a certain way of living your life, a certain way of spending money. And all families, if you start to notice, are different. And that's the second layer that we add on to our own personalities, which is what your family has brought to you as part of their nurture. उन्होंने आपको जिस तरह से बड़ा किया, जॉइंट फैमिलीज में बच्चे जो रहते हैं वो बहुत अलग होते हैं, जो न्यूक्लियर फैमिलीज में रहते हैं वो बहुत अलग होते हैं, जो सिंगल पेरेंट्स के साथ रहते हैं वो अलग होते हैं. And therefore, the family also shapes you. The third layer is your extended ecosystem, which means what society did you live in, what friends did you have, what school did you go to, and that is your extended world, and that also exerts an influence on you. और तभी आप देखेंगे कि हर शहर का एक कल्चर होता है, राइट? हम जैसे अहमदाबाद का एक कल्चर है कि सैटरडे संडे तो सब लोग आपको ठेले पे ही मिलेंगे, ऑफ कोर्स नॉट इन कोविड टाइम्स, बट everybody is eating out on Saturday Sundays. It is a culture of the city. And that's not true for all cities, but it's true for Ahmedabad, for example. For other cities, it's different things. And countries have their own personalities because people collectively make up a country. And it's very interesting how the extended ecosystem exerts an influence on who you are, how you live your life, what choices you make. And the last one is the context and situation. इन सब के बावजूद भी एक कॉन्टेक्स्ट होगा, एक सिचुएशन होगा जो आपको इन्फ्लुएंस करेगा. एंड आई थिंक वन वेरी गुड एग्जांपल इज पीपल हु द जनरेशन दैट केम इनटू इंडिया एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ पार्टीशन is very similar in the way they think, because they went through something which none of us have gone through, and I hope we never go through in our lifetimes. Of course, we are going through COVID, and COVID is exerting an influence today as a context, as a situation which is going to change the way we think and the way we act as well. We might not realize it all the time, but context also drives you. Context also makes you who you are, right? What did you go through? What experiences have you collected? And the more extreme the experiences collect, the more influence they exert on you. And therefore, this is an interesting layering that happens. अगर एक और metaphor use करूँ तो मैं एक onion का metaphor use करूँगी. We are all like onions. So at the core, we have a personality which we were born with. We need to discover that, and then we need to start unraveling through exposure, through reading, through programs, through our peer network. What is the layering that we have on top, and what are the layers that make sense, and what are some of the layers that we must give up, right? For example, we tend to somehow stick to layers. We tend to think that this is the only way to do things. In some families, there is a certain tradition to do a certain thing a certain way, and I have seen it in बहुत छोटी छोटी सी चीजों में मैंने देखा है वो कि हमारे घर में दाल में तड़का ऐसा लगता है. True, I mean that's great, but there are 100 million ways to make the same arhar ki dal with the different tadka, right? And that's what we have to open ourselves to, that what are the experiences available to us? What are the other options and perspectives available to us? And you know, my dad always narrates the story that when his parents and they came from Pakistan to India, uh, it was a tough time. And I think so much so that my grandmother lived with that. Even after they became rich, after many years, they had enough money, they had enough influence, the imprint of the partition didn't go away from her mind. And it was always, she continued to live in scarcity rather than think of it as something that happened in a certain point in time and she needed to move ahead. But these are all realities of human beings, but we have to be conscious. And therefore, it's interesting what Carl Jung says, make the unconscious conscious, understand the onion that you are, take what you love, take what works for you, and discard what doesn't work for you. Make a different onion, if you will. Today, I think I'm going to talk about knowing yourself, and I'm going to talk about a particular tool. But knowing yourself, there are many ways to know yourself, right? Because a lot of people say, I mean, you know, हमारे ऋषि मुनि भी बोलते थे कि the wise person is who knows others, and the evolved and the enlightened person, nirvana किसको मिलता है? जो अपने आप को जानता है. बुद्ध ने भी बोला है, ओशो ने भी बोला, सबने बोला है. But ये होता कैसे है यार? ये knowing yourself क्या, किस बला का नाम है यार? कैसे करते हैं इसको? How do you do it? So I think there are 3 ways to know yourself. First and foremost, self-reflection. I think the art of reflecting on your own thoughts, and we talked about it last time, meta thinking, thinking about your own thinking, and self-reflection is not rumination. There is an English word, and I don't know what is the Hindi word for it. Self-reflection is becoming unstuck. Rumination is becoming stuck. So stay away from rumination and go into self-reflection. Rumination is playing the same tape over and over. It's recursive. It's like this, right? मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ, फिर ऐसा हुआ, फिर अच्छा, फिर मुझे बुरा लगा, फिर ऐसा हुआ, ऐसा क्यों हुआ, ऐसा कैसे नहीं होना? नहीं, this is not self-reflection. Self-reflection is taking the pieces apart and saying, okay, I did not like this, I did not react very well. What happened? Can I break this down? What was I thinking? What was I feeling? What triggered me? How can I not do this? And how is the outcome not good for me? Now that is self-reflection. When you start to get to a place of becoming unstuck, and it's very different from rumination. I don't know the Hindi word. Shamsar, yes.
Rumination is जुगाली. अगर आप गाय या भैंस को देखोगे तो वो खाने के बाद उसको वापस जुगाली करने. So rumination is that people keep doing that within themselves.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's not helpful because it gets us into a victim mode. हम वही स्टोरी दोहराते रहते हैं, पर हम स्टोरी को ब्रेक नहीं करते हैं कि मुझे चेंज क्या करना है. What do I need to shift? What do I need to, not what do I need to bottle up? What do I need to shift constantly so that I live a more joyous life? It's not about anybody else. It's just about you, because all of that feeling victimized, feeling anger, feeling hurt, I think the one person that it actually harms is yourself. I don't think the world carries on, life goes on, but I think we do not reach our full potential. So please read about self-reflection, learn the art of self-reflection. It is introspection, very different from jugali. गाय की तरह जुगाली नहीं करनी है, हमें इस vicious circle को, victimization के circle को तोड़ना है. The second way to do it is to seek feedback, and when you get it, to listen to it with open minds, and also to seek therapy. So I think therapy is something that even me, for example, you know, I signed up for a therapy session last month, and they were so busy. There's an organization in Hyderabad, and I really wanted to experience what therapy is, and to also to sort out some things in my life which go into a loop sometimes. And it was so rewarding. I had a session just yesterday. It was so rewarding, and I was telling the therapist yesterday that, you know, till 10 years back, I thought therapy was for people who are sick or who are mentally unstable, who are not well. And it's only, you know, in the last 5-6 years that many celebrities have brought this to fore, that everybody needs a perspective. Everybody needs an alternate point of view, that what could be done differently, what could be experienced differently, what could be felt differently. And I think that's a beautiful place. So seek feedback. And if you're not seeking it, feedback is still present. It is coming to you in all forms. It is coming to you in action. Is it coming to you in words? But have the openness to take it, to examine it, to self-reflect on it, and to shift wherever you need to. Go for therapy if you think it works for you. It's a beautiful tool. It's a beautiful way to know yourself through somebody else. And lastly, I think to use tools and frameworks. They have been designed for this purpose, and all three things together can help you on this journey of self-discovery. And the tool that I'm going to talk about today is MBTI, which is Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. It is basically a tool to sort personality types. It's not a measurement tool. Please listen to my words carefully, because I think a lot of people get confused with this. It's not a measurement tool. It's not how good you are. It is who you are. That's it. So it's just sorting the apples from the oranges, from the grapes, from the bananas. That's it, right? A banana is not better than a grape. A grape is not better than a mango. A mango is not better than an orange. They're all different and they're all delicious, right? And that's what personality frameworks do for you. They sort out personalities. So you're able to understand yourself better, because जब तक मैंने MBTI नहीं किया था, and I did the certification 20 years back, and I found it difficult to explain myself to myself, if you know what I mean. Because if you don't have the words to put to your feelings, it's very difficult to work on them. But when you can put words to what you feel, who you are, it absolutely opens a magical world for you, because now you can do something with it. Now you can move with it. Now you can walk with it. Now you can run with it. And therefore, these frameworks are fantastic. There are many frameworks available. I have worked in the 20 years of my career, because I have been in human relations. I have worked with many frameworks. I have worked with DISC. I have worked with FIRO. I have worked with 16PF. I have worked with Strength Finder. I have worked with the Big Five. I also like the Big Five assessment. But my favorite, I think, is the MBTI, because I think it makes it fun. It makes it simple to understand, and it gives you so many aha moments. It's not dry. It's an emotional tool in the sense that it appeals to the emotionality of human beings. All tools will give you language, but I think MBTI does that beautifully in a simplistic way and gives you a lot of emotional engagement with your personality type. And I absolutely love it. And I'm going to talk to you about it today. And so that's the framework I'm going to talk about. You can use any of the tools. And if you are passionate about it, if this is something of interest to you, you can go on Google. There's a lot of tools there. But today I'm going to talk to you about the MBTI. That's Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. MBTI is based on, before I go to MBTI, why do we need to understand personality and personality types? Apart from, of course, it's a fundamental tool of self-development. I think it's a beautiful place to start accepting and appreciating yourself. I think a lot of us don't appreciate our gifts. We just don't accept ourselves. We are forever looking for love outside, but I think we need to first give it inside ourselves. And loving ourselves starts from accepting and appreciating yourself. And I think these tools help you appreciate yourself, help you appreciate the person that you are, the combination that you are, and what you bring to the world.
Sama?
Yes.
Hindi, please.
Sorry. So, okay. Yes, I'm going to try. दूसरा, I think what it helps you, अपने आप को सहजता से समझने के अलावा, अपने आप को appreciate करने के अलावा, they also help you appreciate differences, which means they also help you like others better, because suddenly you try to you figure out कि मैं ऐसा हूँ और वो ऐसा है. तो खोट नियत का नहीं है, because हम बहुत बार बहुत सारी चीजों को नियत पे मर देते हैं कि उसकी नियत नहीं है, क्योंकि वो मेरे से डिफरेंट है. We create stories, we assume many things कि उसने ऐसा किया क्योंकि उसकी नियत नहीं थी, या वो मेरे बारे में ऐसा सोचता है, या वो मुझे प्यार नहीं करता है, या there can be many emotional stories around this. But I think what personality tools help you do is they help you figure out कि यार मैं तो आम हूँ और वो अंगूर है. तो आम का जो गुठली होती है वो बड़ी होती है, अंगूर की गुठली छोटी होती है. अंगूर की नियत खराब नहीं है, just that वो अंगूर है और मैं आम हूँ. And I think that solves a lot of things in life, because you start to appreciate others and the fact that they bring to the table, unke paas aisa kuch hai jo aapke paas nahi hai. And that's a beautiful place, because then balance is created in relationships, in life, in work environments. तीसरी चीज, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट और डिफरेंसेस को हम ज्यादा मैनेज कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज अगर आप नियत को इक्वेशन में से हटा देंगे तो लाइफ बहुत सरल हो जाती है. एंड आई थिंक यू स्टार्ट टू, इवन इफ इट इरिटेट्स यू, you are much more understanding, you are much more accepting, you are much more open. And lastly, I think knowing who you are can help us move to the place of balance of where we are not. So life, and I truly believe, I think life is striving for balance. If you are a certain kind, if you are more sour than sweet, how do I become more sweet? If you are more bitter than umami, how do I become more umami? If you are more sweet than bitter, how do I add a little bit of bitterness? So I think it's all about the balance of, और टेस्ट भी ऐसा होता है ना, पांचों टेस्ट को जब बैलेंस करते हो आप एक व्यंजन में, तब जाके उसका मजा आता है ना. ऐसा नहीं होता ना कि सिर्फ मीठा 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 हो. मीठे में अगर थोड़ा सा नमक डाल के देखोगे, यू विल सी हाउ इट एनहांसेस द स्वीटनेस ऑफ द डेजर्ट, राइट? एंड दैट्स एग्जैक्टली व्हाट द परसूट ऑफ बैलेंस इज. जो नहीं है, जो सुपर कॉन्शियस ने हमारे अंदर नहीं डाला, उसको अप्रिशिएट करो और उसकी तरफ की जर्नी शुरू करो. उसमें हमें माहिर नहीं होना है, बट सिर्फ उसको अप्रिशिएट करना है, और जहां हो सके थोड़ा बैलेंस लाना है लाइफ में, so that you are able to enjoy life in its completeness. You're able to savor it. You're able to really experience it in all its goodness. So that's why we should look at personalities. That's why we should know what our personalities are. I'm talking about MBTI today, which was developed by, like Shamsa said, it was developed by a very interesting mother-daughter combination, Catherine and Isabel Briggs Myers, and that's where the name of the instrument comes from. It's not a test. Even if I गलती से अगर मैं test use कर लूँ, तो please ये word चिपक नहीं जाए. I'm going to be very conscious about it. It's not a test because you can't fail it. हर कोई पास होता है इसमें. How wonderful is that, right? So it just sorts, and these mother and daughter combination picked up Carl Jung's theory. And Carl Jung was a Swiss psychiatrist, and he worked for about 40-45 years in the psychotherapy profession, and he met thousands and hundreds and thousands of people, and through his interactions with people he figured out कि यार जो differences होते हैं लोगों में, वो random नहीं होते हैं. So I'm different than you. आप मेरे से अलग हैं, आप किसी और से भी अलग हैं, आपके अपने पेरेंट्स से अलग हैं, आप अपनी सिस्टर से अलग हैं, आप अपने फ्रेंड से अलग हैं. बट ये जो सारे differences हैं वो random नहीं है. There are patterns to the differences. There are types to the differences. एंड कार्ल यूंग की जो खुद की किताब है, जो उसकी खुद की थ्योरी है, वो बहुत गाढ़ी है. You have to be a student of psychiatry to understand it, because it's language which, for example, even when I pick up a Carl Jung book, it is difficult for me to read more than 5 pages at a time. And therefore, but his theory was very, very interesting. It was extremely magical how people found so many results. And therefore, the mother and daughter, Catherine and Isabel, they took Carl Jung's theory and they simplified it, and they created an assessment out of it. They created an instrument out of it by which we can sort our own selves out. So Jung used to say that personality patterns are natural preferences. We are born with them. We cannot change it in our lifetimes. It's not something, you cannot be dramatically different than what you were born. This was his theory. And he said you can create balance. And as you mature in life, you can start to see the other end, but fundamentally who you are doesn't change over a lifetime. And that's the theory of MBTI as well. So thank God to the mother-daughter combination. They made Jung's theory accessible to all of us. हम अब सब उसको experience कर सकते हैं, उसको हमारी जिंदगी में ला सकते हैं through the MBTI assessment. So what is the MBTI? Just stay with me. कभी-कभी थोड़ा सा टेक्निकल हो जाएगा, but I'm going to try and make it as simple as possible. There are 4 dichotomies. When I say dichotomies, इसका मतलब है 2 छोर. Dichotomy का मतलब है 2 छोर, 2 किनारे. ये किनारे मिलते नहीं हैं. It's exactly like a river bank. A river के किनारे ये साथ-साथ चलते हैं, पर opposing किनारे हैं, अलग हैं, विपरीत हैं एक दूसरे से. और हम दोनों किनारों पे एक टाइम पे नहीं हो सकते हैं. दैट्स द थ्योरी दैट ये दोनों किनारे हैं. 4 प्रोसेसेस हैं जो यूंग ने डिस्क्राइब किए हैं. मैं थोड़ा आई विल गो लिटिल बिट स्लो. द फर्स्ट डाइकोटमी इज, पहला किनारा है एनर्जी के किनारे. हम कहाँ से एनर्जाइज होते हैं, हमें हमारा ऊर्जा का स्रोत कहाँ है, क्या वो हमारे से बाहर है या वो हमारे अंदर है. अगर आपका ऊर्जा का स्रोत आपके बाहर है तो आप एक्सट्रावर्जन के छोर पर हैं, और अगर आपका ऊर्जा का स्रोत आपके अंदर है तो आप इंट्रोवर्जन के किनारे पर हैं. अगर मैं उसको विजुअली आपको बताना चाहूँ, अगर आप सोलर पैनल हैं तो आप एक्सट्रावर्जन हैं, अगर आप बैटरी हैं तो आप इंट्रोवर्जन है. सोलर चैनल कब चार्ज होता है, जब धूप की रोशनी बाहर से उसके ऊपर आती है. बैटरी कब चार्ज होती है, जब वो अंदर अपने आप चार्ज होती है. सो दीज आर द two ends of the energy spectrum. So that's one dichotomy. The other dichotomy is the living dichotomy, which is आप अपनी दुनिया किस तरह से जीना प्रेफर करते हैं. क्या आप जजिंग में प्रेफर करते हैं या आप परसीविंग में प्रेफर करते हैं. जो लोग जजिंग में प्रेफर करते हैं, and judging is not the usual English word that we use, which is judgmental and judging. This is very specific to Jung's theory. So please discard what judging, what you have heard judging to mean. जजिंग जो होता है बेसिकली वो छोर है जहाँ पे हम सब कुछ ऑर्गेनाइज चाहते हैं, हम सब कुछ एक प्लान के तहत अच्छा लगता है. हमें लकीर से हटने का we don't like it, and that's the people on the किनारा of judging. जो परसीविंग के किनारे पे हैं उनको वर्ल्ड को ऑर्गेनाइज करना नहीं अच्छा लगता, उनको वर्ल्ड को एक्सपीरियंस करना अच्छा लगता है. So they like spontaneity, they like newness, they don't like rules, and I will come to the details of this. So these are the two locking energy and how you want to live the world. These are the two orientations that all of us have. छोर हैं इसके. और जो बीच में 2 processes हैं जो complete करते हैं ये 4 dichotomies को, which are called the mental processes. Now mental processes are 2. First mental process is how do we take in information. So what is our mechanism of collecting information? And the second mental process we all do is how do we make decisions. हम निर्णय कैसे लेते हैं. तो हम कौन सी information gather करते हैं और हम कौन सी information को trust करते हैं. दोनों चीजें आती हैं collecting में. और decision making में हम जब वो information ले लेते हैं तो हम decisions कैसे लेते हैं. What do we base our decisions on? So these are the 2 dichotomies. The collecting के 2 छोर हैं, एक sensing है और दूसरा intuition है. Intuition in MBTI is represented by the N, not the I, because the I is already taken in introversion. Therefore, it is the S and N dichotomy. It is called the S and N dichotomy. S is sensing. Sensing जो करते हैं लोग, उनको here and now जो information दिख रही है, जो मैं सुन सकता हूँ, जो मैं सूंघ सकता हूँ, वो information में trust करता हूँ. और जो intuitive लोग होते हैं वो connections create करते हैं. They don't care too much about what can be seen. They care about what connections can I make. And I'll come to the details of that. So that's how they collect information. And decision making also has 2 छोर, एक thinking का छोर है और एक feeling का छोर है. Thinking is objective, logic driven decisions. Feeling is personal, value based decisions. I want to stress, कोई किसी से बेहतर नहीं है as a choice. They're all different, and what you get through MBTI is a combination of all those 4. So what the assessment does is it tells you whether you are an E or an I. It tells you whether you are an S or an N. It will tell you whether you are a T or an F and whether you are a J or a P. And together you will get a 4-letter combination of personality type. So for example, I am INTP. Right? Shamsir is INTJ. That is a kind of combination of letters the assessment throws up. And it's interesting when you start getting into the depth of MBTI, there is something called type dynamics also, which I will not get into. It's complex, but for starters, you start to know what is your 4-letter personality type. And to me, I think it's a beautiful thing to To summarize yourself in 4 letters and 4 orientations is a wonderful place to start to know yourself. And then the journey begins. So those are the 4 dichotomies. I'm going to go one by one into each one of them for a better understanding. So let me start with E and I. That's हमें अपनी ऊर्जा कहाँ से मिलती है. तो अगर आप मैं पिक्टोरियली इसको डिपिक्ट करूं तो एक्सट्रावर्जन मतलब सारी ऊर्जा बाहर से आती है मेरे, और मेरी सारी ऊर्जा बाहर ही जाती है. So the focus is completely outside. Introversion में आप देखेंगे सारे एरोज अंदर की तरफ हैं. इसका मतलब मेरा सारा फोकस मेरे अंदर के जगत पर है. मेरे बाहर के जगत में क्या हो रहा है शायद मुझे नहीं पता है, पर मेरे अंदर के जगत में क्या हो रहा है मुझे उसकी पूरी भली भांति मुझे पता है क्या हो रहा है. So if I look at some ways to describe extroversion, extroversion is focused outside, to know the outside, which is people, things, the world. They like to meet new people, right? So if you're in an airplane and people are and somebody doesn't know you and they start chatting with you, they're all, in all probability they're at the extroversion end of the scale. They don't mind talking to anybody. They don't care whether they ever seen you in your life or not. They just like to talk. They just like to interact with people, and therefore they're also easy to know. They will tell you your name, their name first. They will tell you where they work. बिना पूछे आपको सब बताएंगे वो अपने बारे में. और उनकी लाइफ की पद्धति है पहले करो फिर शायद सोच लो और फिर करो. सो करने में विश्वास करते हैं. रिफ्लेक्शन और सोचने में थोड़ा सा कम ध्यान होता है एक्सट्रोवर्जन की तरफ पे जो छोर पे लोग रहते हैं. जो इंट्रोवर्टेड लोग होते हैं दे फोकस देयर अटेंशन इनवर्ड्स. उनके अंदर क्या चल रहा होता है. दे लिव इन देयर वर्ल्ड ऑफ देयर माइंड, देयर थॉट्स, देयर आइडियाज. दे लाइक टू इंटरैक्ट विद पीपल दे नो. तो मैं आपको हेलो तभी बोलूंगा अगर मैं आपको जानता हूँ. अगर मैं आपको नहीं जानता हूँ तो मैं आपको हेलो नहीं बोलूंगा, बिकॉज मैं आपको नहीं जानता हूँ और मुझे मेरे लिए वो कंफर्टेबल नहीं है कि मैं आपको हेलो बोलूँ. एंड तो नियत खराब नहीं है. इट्स जस्ट द वे दे आर, राइट? दे आर नॉट एरोगेंट, दे आर नॉट, लॉट ऑफ पीपल से शाय. And on the same front, extroverts are not superficial. They just like to talk. They just like to know people. Their energy is all outside. And therefore, introverts are reserved. They are difficult to know because they don't talk easily about themselves. And they believe in think, perhaps do, and then think again, right? So it's a lot of thinking, less of doing. On the extroversion, a lot of doing, less of thinking. If I look at some words to describe extroversion and introversion, extroversion में action है, introversion में reflection है, outward, inward, people, privacy, interaction, concentration, many, few, expressive, quiet, do, think, do, think. So, one of the questions, if you want to know, extroverts, if you ask an extroverted person, how many friends do you have? Typically, the list will not be less than 50. And if you ask an introvert how many friends you have, they kind of think and they'll sort of say, Acha, and they'll count on their fingers and they'll say, Acha, pata nahi, 2 or 3 perhaps, and that's like too much for them because the definition of friendship is also different for an extrovert and an introvert. So it's very, very interesting. Nothing good or bad about it. And I think because India is, and I want to say this because India is an ENFP nation, because nations have types. India is an ENFP nation, which means all of us believe extroversion is the good thing to be. If you don't talk enough, if you cannot meet new people, if you're shy, there's something wrong with you, right? And you need to really work on yourself. You're never going to get ahead in life, and all of the story. I don't know how many people in my life over the last 21 years, I have gifted the book Quiet to introverts, because a lot of introverts live with inferiority complex in India because they think there is something wrong with them because the country is extroverted. We all like to talk. We all like to celebrate. We all like to be with people and parties and socials, and people who don't seem to stand out. And in some countries, it's just the reverse. So if you go to Finland, for example, an extroverted guy is the odd person out. Everybody is introverted out. The country is an introverted type, which means everybody is inside. And therefore, if you're an extrovert and if you like to talk to people, you are the odd one out, right? So that's what happens in environments, that we tend to think that we are not enough, but we are enough in whoever we are. Extroversion, what stresses extroverts out? This is very interesting. So extroverts will typically not like to work alone. They don't like to focus on one thing. they like to talk to people, and on the other end you have introverts who hate talking on the phone. I mean, if mujhe maut aati hai phone utana pade mujhe, so it's and extroverts, they're dying to call people. I mean, they will one after the other they can make calls. Of course, I'm talking about examples which are very have clarity of preferences, but there are types of extroversion as well, and that's MBTI step 2. But typically extroverts, you will see, they will enjoy interacting with people. Introverts don't like the fact that they sometimes have to, you know, act without thinking. They like to first reflect, they like to think about things and then do things. And the same is difficult for an extrovert. If you ask them to sit in a room and say, "Pehle yaar soch le theek se kya karna hai," they say, "Yaar socho mat, yaar karo yaar, let's just get into it," right? So that's the difference between the two, and how the different end of the spectrum stresses us out, right? If we have, as an introvert, if I have to do things in an extroverted way, it adds to my stress, it adds to my discomfort, it adds to my anxiety, and that sometimes gets to you. So that's extroversion and introversion dichotomy. I'm going to come to the mental processes. The first mental process I'm going to talk about is the one that's collecting information. So there are two ways to collect information. One is the sensing route, and the other is the intuition route. If you see the pictures, sensing is very simple. Step 1, step 2, step 3. You see what you get. I trust what I see. And they take information which is sequential, which can be seen, which can be heard, which can be basically gathered through the 5 senses. They like to see and collect facts. They prefer reality to fantasy. They're not in a fantasy world, they're in the reality world, here and now. They like set procedures, they like certain way of doing things. Aise hota hai, 1, 2, 3, aise karna hai. They like to work with parts, and then they see the overall design. On the other hand, intuition, if you look at the picture, it's amazing. It's just a leap, right? I go from point A to point B. How did I get there? God knows, but I got there, right? And how does that leap happen? Because people who are intuitive, they go beyond the senses. So whatever the information I'm getting, I'm taking the information, but I'm not taking it literally. I am making my meanings and my connections as I'm getting the information. So I give a small example. अगर आप एक सेंसिंग बंदे को एप्पल दिखाओगे और उसको बोलोगे डिस्क्राइब कर इसको, तो वो बोलेगा लाल रंग का है, शायद हिमाचल से आया है, ऑफ सीजन है, छोटा है, बड़ा है, मीठा हो सकता है. So everything that is here and now, right? एप्पल दिख रहा है मुझे. And if you show an apple to an intuitive person, they will say something like Newton's law of gravity. अब एप्पल से वो कहाँ गया? एप्पल से उसके स्वाद पे नहीं गया. वो एप्पल से वो कहाँ गया? एप्पल से वो स्टीव जॉब्स पे चला जाएगा, पर वो एप्पल से मीठे एप्पल पे शायद ना जाए. So that's how they make connections. For them, objects are not objects, they are meanings, they are insights, and they are therefore conceptual and abstract. They live in the future, they live in the world of possibilities. क्या हो सकता है दुनिया में यार? क्या मतलब फ्यूचर अभी मत बात करो यार, रियलिटी बड़ी बोरिंग है, फैंटेसी इंटरेस्टिंग है यार, क्या हो सकता है ये बताओ. And they like to study the overall design, and then they figure out the parts. For them, the overall picture is better, much more meaningful, much more interesting than the small parts. For the sensing, they always start with the parts and then they move to the overall design. If I were to look at some of the words that describe sensing and intuition, sensing is facts versus ideas of intuition, realistic versus imaginative, present versus future, what is versus what could be, possibilities, like I said, practical versus theoretical, right? So that's the difference between the two preferences, the dichotomies, and what stresses each other out. So अगर intuitive type को here and now realities के साथ हमेशा deal करना पड़े, वो stress हो जाते हैं. They don't like to stick to facts. They don't like repetition of facts. They don't like a lot of details. They like meanings. They like the bigger picture. They don't like to focus on past experience, and therefore what can you learn from them. And if you look on the other end, there are the sensing types जो ये connection से परेशान होते हैं. They think यार क्या दिख क्या रहा है तुम how can you make these leaps of connection? So they get stressed out by connections, by insights which they cannot see. So what they cannot see is very discomforting. They don't like new ways of doing things. They like to stick to what was done earlier, what was done in the past. They don't like fantasy. They don't like the world of possibilities. क्या हो सकता है ये बताओ, क्या हम कर सकते हैं? That is something that can stress them out. If I look at the picture, sorry, so yes, so this is sensing and intuition. The third dichotomy is thinking and feeling, which is basically once we have the information, how do we make decisions, right? जो थिंकिंग के प्रेफरेंस के लोग होते हैं वो सिचुएशन से बाहर निकल के डिसीजन लेते हैं. इसका मतलब ऑब्जेक्टिव डिसीजन मेकिंग ज्यादा होते हैं, अपना दिमाग ज्यादा यूज करते हैं, दिल कम यूज करते हैं. और जो फीलिंग डिसीजन मेकर्स होते हैं वो सिचुएशन के अंदर अपने आप को घुस के बैठाते हैं पहले कि मैं इसकी जगह होता तो क्या होता. So they have a very personal and value based way of making decisions. So thinking will use logic, they will assess pros and cons, they will focus on the facts and the principle of what is happening, they will focus on problems and tasks, they will not focus on people and relationships, they take longer term views and they are very concerned about group fairness, group justice, group equitability. फीलिंग के जो लोग होते हैं वो पर्सनल वैल्यूज यूज करते हैं डिसीजन मेकिंग में. वो हार्मनी, सबको साथ लेके चलो, लोगों को संभालो, रिलेशनशिप्स को संभालो, उस तरह के लोग होते हैं, उस तरह से डिसीजंस लेते हैं. लोगों को समझने में और उनके वैल्यूज और उनकी परिस्थिति समझने में अच्छे होते हैं. तो वो डिसीजंस को हमेशा प्रॉब्लम्स की तरह नहीं देखते हैं, वो हमेशा चीजों को पीपल एंगल से देखते हैं, पर्सनल व्यू लेते हैं हर चीज का कि मैं इसकी जगह होता तो क्या होता, या इसकी इतनी स्पेसिफिक सिचुएशन है, इसको इस सिचुएशन में क्या चाहिए. सो दे विल टेक अ पर्सनल व्यू एंड दे, for them fairness is an individual concept, it's not a group concept. For thinkers, fairness is a group concept, it should be fair to everybody. And for feeling guys, it should be fair to you, and that's all that matters. It's not about everybody, it's about you. And that's the way the two differ. If I would look at some of the words, thinking is head, feeling is heart. Thinking is things, problem, situation, feeling is people. Thinking is more objective, feeling is subjective. Thinkers, people who are the thinking preference, they can criticize easily, they can point out faults more easily. Feeling guys can mostly not say unpleasant things to people, they like to appreciate, they like to praise, and they will not like to pinpoint faults. They would like to look at the good things about everything. They like to understand, thinkers will like to analyze. Thinking is firm and fair, and feeling is merciful. They always have more sympathy, they are more merciful towards people. Thinking, for them, it's all about justice and fairness. क्या स्ट्रेस आउट करता है थिंकिंग वालों को? थिंकिंग वालों को अगर लोगों के बारे में सोचना पड़े डिसीजन में पहले, that really stresses them out. They like to look at things objectively, they like to focus on the facts rather than the process and the people. They like to point out what's not working because they don't like all the good stuff all the time. कि यार सब कुछ अच्छा है, but what's not working? There is something that's not working, right? Let's point to that. And when they are in a group where people are not easy to criticize, they don't take criticism, it stresses them out. Feeling वालों को क्या stress करता है? Just the opposite. They don't like to focus on facts and situations. They like to focus on people and values. They like to be appreciative, and they like to be appreciated as well. So they don't, what stresses them out is criticism, analysis, what's not working, that really stresses them out. They don't like to focus on tasks. They like to focus on people and then tasks. So that's, if you're only focusing on tasks and situation, it sort of stresses them out. So, we say this often, before I go to the last one, when we are doing our business coaching assignments with leadership, we always do an MBTI and to know what their personality preferences. And invariably, you will see, for example, one thing that can differentiate a thinking leader from a feeling leader is the thinking leaders can fire people more easily. The feeling leaders find it very, very difficult to let go of people. And that's one of the things that you can use in your own head to figure out where you are. But of course, it's not only that simple, but it's one of the indicators that can tell you what is your preference type. The last is how do we like to organize our world, which is the judging and perceiving continuum. If you see at the judging picture, it's absolutely self-explanatory. There is a timeline and there is an end game and there are steps to reach there. Everything has to be planned. It has to be step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and this is my deadline. And if you look at the perceiving types, they will wander the whole world to get to the deadline. They have no steps. They have a starting point. They don't know what the steps are, but hopefully they will get there. And suddenly, in the nick of time, as the clock is ticking, the perceiving guy is going to pop up. So that's how perceiving is, and that's how judging is. This is how they're different if I were to look at a picture. They like to make plans. So people who prefer judging, they like to make plans and they want to follow them. They don't like violation of plans. They like to complete things. They like to close it. They like to bring closure. They like to make decisions and they like to organize people. They dislike interruptions to plan or their work. So अगर एक plan बनाया है उसमें interruptions will irritate them, and they hate last minute rush. बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं है उनको, सब कुछ पता होना चाहिए यार, क्या होने वाला है, कल क्या होने वाला है, परसों क्या होने वाला है, मैं कैसे करने वाला हूँ, मैं A point to B point क्या चाहिए मुझे, मैं क्या यंत्र चाहिए मुझे, कैसे जाऊंगा, क्या टूल्स है, everything should be there and sorted. Perceiving is just the opposite. They like spontaneity, which means they do not like plans. They will get up in the morning and say, aha, what does it feel like today? What would I want to do, right? And that's what they thrive in. They like to keep things open all the time and they like to have as many options. कि मुझे options दो यार, decision लेने के लिए मत बोलो, अभी तो मुझे options दिखाओ यार, और बताओ यार, और क्या हो सकता है. And they dislike making decisions. They love interruptions. They don't like plans. And if they're working on something and if you pop in, they say कि यार ये करते हैं, and you will most likely, वाह चलो करते हैं, you know. So they don't mind the disruptions. Actually, they like it sometimes. And somewhere there is always a last minute rush. And like I like to say, because I am the perceiving kind, that I am the best when there is a last minute rush. I truly express myself when there is total pressure. Boss, अब तो deadline आ रही है, boss क्या करना है, you know. And that's when I perform the best, and that's what they enjoy most as well. And I think it's interesting, and I want to say this, that जहां आप खड़े हो कंटिन्यूम में, जो दूसरा छोर है वो क्रेजी लगता है, बहुत क्रेजी लगता है. It is like almost like यार पागल हो क्या यार, ऐसे कौन करता है यार. So the perceiving guys always are looking at the judging guys and say यार ऐसी कौन planning करता है यार, पागल हो क्या. And judging वाले सोचते हैं यार तुम तो बिल्कुल ही disorganized हो, कितना poor discipline है, मतलब you have no idea, you're not going to do anything in life. And this is how we perceive the other end of the dichotomy. So अगर हम extroverted हैं, हम सोचते हैं introverts येड़े हैं, arrogant हैं. अगर हम introverts हैं तो हम सोचते हैं यार ये extroverts बोलते ज्यादा है, सोचते कम है, इनको पता तो है नहीं क्या हो रहा है. So this is how we stereotype the other. And when you start appreciating yourself and the other and what they bring to the table, it becomes amazing. I will share some interesting examples with you. Judgment and perception. Judgment is organized, flexible, decision, information. Judgment wants control, perceiving wants experience. Judging is all the time, plan करो, next क्या है, और perceive वाला बोलता है ठहरो यार, wait करो यार, मेरे को enjoy तो करने दो, पहले मुझे ये तो लेने दो अंदर, right? Judging is always looking for closure, perceiving is always looking for options. So these are the two dichotomies. What stresses us out in terms of, if you're a judging kind, again, like I said, not planning, not knowing deadlines, not following deadlines, this last minute rush, this will give you a lot of stress. For the perceiving is just the opposite. If you're making too many plans, that is going to stress me out. If I don't have too many options and I don't have spontaneity in life, that's going to stress me out. And this is how we are different. So very interesting. And before I move to the last couple of slides, you know, I'm quite clear in terms of my preference of introversion. I don't have a single score on extroversion on my assessment. And before MBTI, I used to go to parties, and because जाना पड़ता था, corporate jobs कर रहे थे, कोई ना कोई party में तो attendance लगानी पड़ती थी. And it was such a horrible time. And, you know, I used to fret and pull myself out of bed and go to the party. And over there, I used to see these extroverts chatting around, you know, and having fun and hi, and they don't even know you and they'll treat you like, पता नहीं पिछले जन्म का रिश्ता तुम्हारे साथ कोई. And I used to look at them and I say, क्या येड़े हैं यार, मतलब how does the world work with these guys, you know? they're so stupid, they're so this, and they're so irritating. And when I started getting into type, that's when I realized that, you know what, if I went into a party and I didn't have an extroverted guy there, I would be dead, because nobody would introduce me, nobody would come to talk to me. I would be sulking in one corner, waiting for somebody to come to me. Who's the guy who comes to me? The extrovert comes to me, right? So you know what, मुझे उनकी आरती उतारनी चाहिए कि भाई अगर तू ना होता तो क्या होता मेरा यार, मैं तो कहीं कोने में पड़ी होती. So this is how, you know, interestingly, when you start to know the different types, you start to appreciate them. And now when I go to a party, if I have to go to one, God forbid, I am looking for extroverts. I'm saying, यार इनको पकड़ लो यार, ये तो तुम्हें 10 लोगों के पास ले जाएंगे, तुम्हें कोई ना कोई ग्रुप में तुम खड़े हो जाओगे, तुम्हारा टाइम पास हो जाएगा मस्त. It's like getting into a Bombay local, है ना, खड़े हो जाओ तो धक्का तो लग ही जाता है, अंदर चले जाते हो आप. So that's what extroverts bring to life. They bring a lot of energy, they bring fun, they bring wit. So we have to find that balance. Another very interesting example I have with Shyam sir, which is, you know, we had planned a trip to the US, and 3 months before the trip, you know, he started telling me, "Yaar, ticket book karao, hotel book karao, ye karo." And Shyam sir is a judging preference, and I'm a perceiving preference, and he's very clear judging, and I'm very clear perceiving. And I looked at him and I said, अभी तो 3 महीने हैं यार, 3 महीने तो दुनिया बदल जाती है, अभी तो कहाँ होटल बुक करूँ मैं, मेरे को तो नहीं पता, मैं तो वहाँ जाके करती हूँ बुक. So usually how I travel is I land in the city and then I book a hotel, because I want to see which locality I want to live in. See, I want options all the time, and he wants closure all the time. So we had such a tough time, and I'm like, my God, I mean, how is this going to get done? So he kept after my life, yeah, hotel book karo, and I would not budge. I would say, यार कर दूँगी यार, time अभी तो बहुत है, 3 महीने पड़े हैं. So he went ahead and did the bookings, and of course it's another story that जहाँ पे भी उन्होंने बुक किया हम वहाँ नहीं रहे, हम वहीं रहे जहाँ पे फिर मैंने जाके बुक किया. So it is interesting how these things play out. But if you did not know type, can you imagine the bitterness that comes into relationships? Because we think यार, so what would Shyam sir be thinking? Shyam sir बड़े कितने careless हैं यार, इनको कुछ सिखाया नहीं यार मैंने, मेरी परवरिश में कमी रह गई, कुछ नहीं करते हैं, planning नहीं करते हैं. But and I would have had the same story for him, saying that यार he has nothing else to do, होटल में क्या यार, होटल तो बुक हो जाएगा, उसमें क्या इतनी झंड लगा रखी है. But this is how we start creating stories about other people, and that's how we mess up our lives and the joy in the relationships. So knowing yourself and knowing others is a beautiful place to start. We are out of time, and I'm just going to come quickly to the last 2 slides. Why MBTI? It's one of the most celebrated instruments of the world. It's a self-report, which means only you can decide your type. You go through an assessment and decide your own type. Of course, you have to be facilitated. There are a lot of free versions on the net. Please stay away from them. You need a facilitator, somebody who understands the theory and who can take you through it. These are preferences. They are not measurement of skill. Like I said, it sorts. It does not measure. It is rich in theory. It has a 60, 70-year-old history. It is used by 5 million people, and all Fortune 500, 90% of all Fortune 100 companies use MBTI for teamwork, for self-development, for personal development, for career development. It is used in marriage counseling as well. It's a beautiful instrument, and it is printed in 30 languages. Unfortunately, Hindi is not one of them, and you'd have to take it in English. So that's about the MBTI. It is statistically validated all over the years, which means it has, I don't know how else to say it. It's statistically validated, which means if you give the test again and again, you are likely to have the same results. That's what good instruments have. They have statistical validity. And finally, 2 things that I want you to take away is that goal number 1 is not to become another type. It is but to expand your choices, your awareness, and your level of control on expressing your preference. And the second one, the goal is not to try to change people, but to understand each other and appreciate people. So you can't change, your type can't change, and I think that's a good thing. But you can always strive for balance. You can always strive to look at the other kinara and say, yaar, wow, such a nice place. Can I move a little bit to that side, right? And enjoy the view from that end. So that's what personality types can do for you. Neeru, we are out of time. I don't think we have questions.
Yes. I just wanted to say, can I suggest Aaj Ka challenge, and then when you can do a recap next time, because a lot of people could not join us at the right time, again because of the link issues, right? So Aaj Ka challenge, is going to be interesting. The way I look at it is, आप पूरे अगले हफ्ते ऑब्जर्व योरसेल्फ एंड अपने आप के लिए लिखिए कि आप क्या हैं, राइट? सो ई है कि आई है, एस है कि एन है, एफ है कि टी है, और जे है कि पी है, 1. और साथ में जब अपने आप को देखने लगे तो अपने आसपास के लोगों को देखें और उनको भी एक एक लेटर दें. एंड डोंट डिसाइड कि ये ऐसा ही है, बट जस्ट स्टे विद इट. It will be very, very interesting. And I am getting a lot of questions on how do I take this test, and so we want to do something and we're trying to put something together, and we'll talk about it next time, Sama.
Yes, I think we are planning to do a workshop. We will announce it. We didn't have enough time to bring it in, and we don't have time in the session. But we want to do a pro bono workshop, which means we're not going to make. It's not for making money. I think it's my passion. It's Niru's passion. We do these sessions physically with people, but we want to try out on Zoom now when we have started designing it as well. It can be fun, but watch next week's space for more details on a Zoom MBTI personality type session. I think it'll be damn good fun. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. So thank you very much for being here. We will take questions next time. I'm going to save the chat. If there are some questions I can answer to, I will. Yes, Shyam sir.
Zoom also gives us an opportunity. हमने MBTI का आपकी मदद से आई लीड में किया था, और मैं किरीट भाई से बोल रहा हूँ कि अभी अगर जूम पे करते हैं तो पूरी फैमिली साथ में टेस्ट जिसको बोलते हो आप, टेस्ट बोलो या उसको फिल कर सकती है.
बिल्कुल.
उससे उनकी आपस की अंडरस्टैंडिंग जो बढ़ सकती है, उसमें परिवार में और बिजनेस में बहुत बड़ा फर्क आने की पॉसिबिलिटी है.
Absolutely.
क्योंकि मैंने अक्सर देखा है कि जब हस्बैंड एंड वाइफ के कॉम्बिनेशन बिजनेस करते हैं और अगर उनकी उल्टे होते हैं एक दूसरे से, तो बहुत मारामारी होती रहती है. सो माय कॉलीग यूज्ड टू बी एन आई एंड हिज वाइफ वाज कंप्लीट ई. सो वो उसको जब तक 5 घरों में जाकर सब्जी नहीं एक्सचेंज करे तब तक उसको मजा नहीं आता था औरत को, और आदमी बोलता था तू पागल हो गई, क्या करती है मालूम नहीं तेरे. So there is a conflict and we don't appreciate those conflicts. We feel that we judge कि this is wrong and this is right. So I think we should take this on Zoom, and whatever we can do, we should facilitate. It is going to be kind of a life का एक awareness का एक process set हो जाएगा.
Yes, I think there are a lot of questions, and I will take some. I think there is a common question that can we be both at one time? No, it's a simple answer. At one time, you cannot be both, and you have a preference. And I'll take these questions next time. So stay tuned for next week. We will do a recap. And see you next Sunday. I will.
Guys, observe yourself and others. Kirit bhai, you want to say something? एक second, आपको मैं unmute करती हूँ.
आपका माइक किरीट.
नहीं, मैं समा मैम को थैंक यू बोलना चाहता था फॉर MBTI टेस्ट. पहले भी हमने बात किया था हम कैसे इसको ऑर्गेनाइज आई लीड के लिए कर सकते हैं इसके लिए, और आपने आज बात छेड़ दी सर.
करेंगे सर, हम सबके साथ करेंगे. I think it's a beautiful place to start discovering yourself. It's wonderful, and I enjoy it. Niru enjoys it. We both enjoy this personally, and we believe we're good at it as well. So stay tuned for more on this. Thank you, Kirit bhai. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
और इसको टेस्ट मत कहो ना, फेल नहीं हो सकते. We cannot fail, and that's a wonderful place. You just cannot fail it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yes, Shyam sir.
Last 3 floors slide, Sama, can you show? A couple of people want to show that. And Shyam sir, please go ahead.
I'm only saying just for the sake of awareness कि इस टेस्ट को देने के लिए एक बुकलेट का इस्तेमाल होता है जो MBTI से ही आती है, खरीदनी पड़ती है. आप डायरेक्टली भी खरीद सकते हो, या वी कैन इवन गेट इट इन सेंट्रल प्लेस.
नहीं, डायरेक्टली नहीं खरीद सकते हो सर.
अच्छा, ओके.
MBTI,
So we will have to,
yeah,
we will have to buy it and give it to them.
Yes, only a certified facilitator can purchase MBTI toolkits, and I am a certified facilitator, and so we will do it accordingly. Don't worry about it. It's not very expensive. I think it's not expensive at all. Some price must have changed in the last 1 year, but not much. And we'll figure out the logistics. So don't worry about it. We've done it many times, and we'll figure it out. But stay tuned for the space next week.
I will, everybody.
I will.
I will.
All right. Thank you.